room, including me, has a completely different shaped foot. And what's great about getting your Pointe shoes in this day and age is that they have about 50,000 different kinds of shoe just to fit your foot. You kind of have to go through the pile to figure out, you're going to try on about 50 pair to find the ones that work best for you and your leg and your body and your foot. Okay? So your shoe might not be the same as anybody else's in the room. Look, there's every single one I think is different. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's what it means to be fitted. So mine look like I wear one Russian Pointe and one, here they are. I wear two different kinds. I wear this on my right foot and this on my left foot.
Wow.
Hardly ever anymore, but here they are. They're still in my bag. Okay. So. Yeah, I was a really bad ballerina. I didn't sew my elastics on. I was like, you have to sew your elastics.
Wait, you didn't use elastics?
I didn't sew my elastics. You fold the shoe down the bottom seam just like you do for your ballet shoes. Looking? Yes, ma'am.
So you sew on your ribbon before you sew on your elastic?
I do.
You do?
Yeah. I like to be sure that they're in the right place.
Okay.
So, and I always have. I just have. I don't know. And you know, if you can understand me when I say that, you know, I'm a little bit obsessive compulsive about it, so it has to be a certain way and it has to be in a certain order. It's just me being crazy. Okay. Place the ribbon about, I would take it down at least one whole thumb length down into the shoe. Did I sew mine on an angle? Nope, I just showed them straight up. I just showed them straight up. So you hold it here, and you take that needle and thread. And this is where you just go round and round. You're gonna start at one edge. I like to start where I am, right there. And I'm going to do what's called a whip stitch. Everybody say whip stitch.
Whip stitch.
This goes in like this. Whip stitch. W-H-I-P, stitch. I pick up a little bit of the shoe and a little piece of the edge of the ribbon. Okay? And then here we go. It goes round and round, and it doesn't matter if your needle is under the thread or on top of the thread. Do you see? Mm-hmm. Don't get all carried away with that. It doesn't matter. You just keep going like that. Whip it around. A little edge, a little thread of the ribbon and the shoe. I do not go all the way through the satin. This is two different layers. This is an inside layer, and then the satin is another layer. Look. Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
I don't go all the way through the satin. You can. It's really hard. The satin is thick. You don't have to do that. So I pick up that lining. I might get some of the satin. I'm not that worried about it. Esme, you officially have one ribbon sewn by Miss Ginger.
Awesome.
I'm going to initial it later. I'm kidding.
Oh, sweet.
No, I'm being silly. Do you see?
So silly.
Silly. Silly Miss Ginger. You're going to do this. They might pop off. You're going to have to redo it because your elastic is too loose. Your elastic is too tight. You don't like the ribbon where it is. You think it should be moved up. It should be moved down. Once you get the hang of it, and you feel like it's getting twisted, let go of it and pull it out straight again, okay? Because it'll start tying itself in knots. Watch. So I've gone all the way around. I've gone all the way around the sides, the bottom. I'm getting ready to go across the top of the ribbon where it meets this string edge right here. Do you see?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is why you need to have this tied off first. You have this tied off before you sew on here. Okay? you just fold it over the edge and you keep going across the top because you're going to sew into the string a little bit, and if it's not in the right place, you can't tighten your shoe. Once you get this set, then you have to take it all off, and then you have to tighten the shoe, and trust me, I've done all of it. And one time I ran out of pink thread, so I sewed red. But it was for my class shoes, and you couldn't see it because it was inside.
So are you using a round shoe?
Look, so that's what it looks like there. That's what it looks like on the outside. Care Bear, can you see okay, Caroline? Can you see okay?
Blue on the outside.
Inside? Outside. Okay? All right, I need to tie this off now. I have to make a knot or it'll come unraveled. So you pick up some material with your needle. You pull it through so it makes a hole for you. See, it's like a bullseye. Like that. You take your needle and you wrap it around a couple of times. Like that. Just a couple, not a bunch, or it won't work. And you pull it and it ties a knot for you. Okay? Sweet. Right. Snip it off. You have a ribbon. So that's what it looks like. Top and bottom and front and back.
And then you get to do the other side.
Then you fold it down. You've melted all your ribbons. Yeah? You fold it down and you do the other side. Let's talk about elastic. So, Esme, I need for you to go ahead and put that shoe back on. Okay. You always want to measure this while it's on your foot, okay? But I need to tie another knot, so we go down, around. Come on. Sometimes it works, and you have to spit on it a little bit. Roll it. Whoop. Roll it and pull. Pull it, make a knot. Okay. So you see how I used about half of what I started with? Yeah. Okay. All right. You want to measure this while your leg is like this. Because this is the biggest that your ankle will be. So you take it around to this back angle and you're making that a loop to hold the heel up onto your foot, to hold the back of the shoe up onto your foot. So you take a measurement like this. I go down about the same amount, wrap around here. So Esme, I can do it. One must be 10% smarter than a piece of elastic one is working with. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Go up. Go out on my finger. Onto toe. Onto toe. So it'll kind of feel like that. Yeah. A little tighter.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Good.
If you don't have enough.
Let's go halvesies. Right? That should be fine. All right, take it off.
Have to know elastic too.
Yeah, I would. It helps it have a nice straight edge on the side so you can stitch it around. You do the same thing through the elastic. This is a pain in the patootie in your shoe. It is my opinion. This is my opinion. A lot of people like their elastic inside their shoe. It's fine with me if you want to do that. It is totally left up to you if you want your loop to look like that.
You don't see it.
I always did mine on the outside of my shoe because I didn't want anything on my Achilles tendon or next to my Achilles tendon. Totally left up to you. It depends on how it feels on your foot. The thing is that when you stop growing, you might actually get smaller shoes. They'll get tighter and tighter and tighter. And I just didn't want anything on that tendon back there. So if it's all right with you, I'm just going to do one on the outside, and then you can finish it, see how it feels. Okay, same scenario. You're going to, if you need help with it staying on your foot, you get more elastic and you can take it all the way down that far. But you don't necessarily have to. So I'm gonna open yours up just a little bit, Miss May, so about right there, all right? Because you have a nice long foot. I have a short, square foot, nice long foot. So there's a name for you girls when you first get your shoes and you're walking through the hall, turned out in first position, all flat-footed, hop, 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 hop. It's called the duck walk. Look at those ducks. Look at that duck walk. So I'm picking up the satin and I'm doing the same whip stitch up and around the side of the shoe. I'm sorry, the side of the elastic. I can do it.
And that one, can you go all the way through?
I don't need to, it's really hard. You can, yeah, you can always go all the way through. Go all the way around. It's gonna be a big stitch. Do you wanna see?
So you fold it.
So I folded it over, taking really fat stitches now. Everybody say whip stitch.
Whip stitch.
This is a whip stitch. You can sew almost anything with a whip stitch.
What about a potato?
Yeah, potatoes work.
My cousin used a banana.
What?
Sewed a banana?
No,
She
bananas
sewed a
are
banana.
squishy.
But
Why?
like,
You're just gonna go.
no, like the peel.
Uh,
Oh.
Why?
She
It's
just like,
still mushy.
I guess peeled it and then like, I don't know.
Why?
She just told me she
Sorry,
sewed
you
a
can't
banana.
see me.
It's okay.
You got it though. It starts to get your fingers sweat and the needle gets slippery. So you might want to have a thimble. Do you know the hard cap you can put on the end of your finger and you push the needle through? They look like this.
Like, no, it's not. What the?
Lucky
finger
them
with
both.
the-
Whatever one you're pushing the needle with. You can
Yeah.
wear it on any finger.
So that's
So
what
you-
they're for.
Push it. Saves you a lot, saves you work, saves your hands, you know.
It hurts.
This is pretty easy. This one's not too bad, but it's the sewing kit, so this is a good needle, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not that hard, it's pretty easy. I went all the way around again.
Unless she has a sewing kit.
Sometimes, when I got up to where I was wearing these for 3 and 4 hours at a time or more, I would wear them multiple times a day. This wasn't enough to hold this on. I would then go like this, and I would make X's in that elastic. Watch, and go around and through. I just remembered that. I haven't done that in years, but it would come off. I would need for it to stay on my foot. So I would whip around, and then I would make X's like this.
That'll go through the back.
I like that.
Yeah, and it really holds the heel of the shoe up on your foot. Yes, Miss Carly.
The girl that was fitting me at dance trends,
Uh-huh.
she told me that I was gonna have to do like the X one. So
Yeah.
is that different?
Yes. Yeah, you're gonna have to do a different elastic configuration. That's fine. I think, Cricket, are you gonna do a crisscross?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I forgot.
I don't
I remember.
I remember.
You have crisscross. Caroline was the
I don't
one.
have
I don't think you needed crisscross,
I
but.
don't remember.
I don't remember.
Alright, so see, I made like an XY spider webby thing. Just helps hold it on.
Could I, if I went
This is the, hang on just a second, baby. This is the outside, and that's the inside. Not a whole lot going on. Inside, outside. Okay.
For the crisscross X one, you go through the entire broken two layers, right?
Yours is doing kind of. Not that far.
Oh, yeah. So see, for this, yeah, I
can't
went
zoom
through
in. I
both.
can do more.
Okay, I just go up and down and through, and it's not really the science. I'm gonna tie the knot off again. So I'm gonna go to the inside. I picked up a little bit of material like that. I make my bullseye. Do you see that? I wrap it. 1. I can do it 2. Yes, looks like that.
Yes.
And you pull it through. You pull that knot down, and it ties itself off, and you just cut it after that.
Does it have to be in the inside?